Hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar on the topic Patch Management at Scale, how UEM simplifies OS update and patch management. I'm Sia Joshi from Scalefusion. I will be your host and presenter for this session. With me, I have Sumit Nayak, who is our Windows expert, who is also our go-to person for everything around product. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. Now, this will be our agenda for this webinar. We will start with the critical need for patching and updates, post which Sumit will be taking you through Scalefusion UEM's offering to simplify OS update and patch management. We'll spend some time understanding Windows OS update management and patching, and also third-party app patching. We will then turn our attention to exploring some real-life use cases for OS update and patch management, specifically for Windows. Starting with the need for OS updates and patching. As per our research, 60% of breaches are tied to unpatched vulnerabilities. Outdated systems often suffer from degraded performance due to unoptimized processes, unresolved bugs, and compatibility gaps. Updates are not just about security, they enhance system efficiency so that you enjoy peak device performance at all times. Older systems are easy targets for breaches, like malware, ransomware, and other threats. Updates close these loopholes and remove these bottlenecks so that your sensitive corporate data is secure at all times. Also, new applications require regular updates. They require the latest OS features to function optimally. Outdated systems lead to inefficiencies and operational roadblocks. Timely updates ensure seamless integration with updated software and technologies. Over to Sumit.
Thank you, Sia. Hello, everyone. My name is Sumit Nayak, and I'm part of the support team at Scalefusion. Also, I contribute to the product team and act as a product consultant and a product expert. So, here today, we will look through Scalefusion's dynamic OS update and patch management offering. Like Sia earlier mentioned, it's an integral part of any IT organization. As an IT admin, imagine you have to roll out patches on hundreds of devices. You cannot rely on the users to configure the patches updates themselves. Hence, it becomes imperative that you require a robust solution like Scalefusion that'll help you deploy the patches in a centralized manner. So that's exactly the offering what Scalefusion has been doing for the last several years. Centralized patch management. We also configure OS updates, and along with OS updates, we also do third-party patch updates. When I say third-party patch updates, these are specific to applications. You can also schedule and delay the entire patch deployment, which makes your life as an IT admin easy and seamless. You can monitor the updates and the patches in real time. You also get access to detailed reporting and the audit logs for the patches that have been deployed, scheduled, or are yet to be deployed. Security patching for vulnerabilities, uh, the full fledged solution on your fingertips. You also get bulk deployment across patches across the fleet of your Windows inventory. Any OS, right from 7 to 11. All the OSs are tightly integrated by our agent offering and the Scalefusion solution for patch updates and third party patching. Moving on, how do we do this, right? Simple. As Scalefusion, we want to keep things simple, and that is exactly how we have designed the entire configuration for patch updates and third-party app updates. You define your policy, you customize the update behavior to match your business needs, you set the duration, you set the active hours, you can set deferrals, and also you can automate the installation based on your prerogative. You make granular choices. When we say this, you decide which updates, which security features, which drivers updates are to be installed, and when. You decide not only the schedule, but you also decide the duration. You can configure the updates at perfect times using workflows. Well, you do not want your employees to be locked out, or you don't want their systems to be rebooting while they are doing a presentation or while they're in a meeting, which often happens with Windows updates, right? After a certain deferred period of time, the app updates are forced to be configured or forced to be installed, which leaves many employees red faced while they're making a presentation. Their system often reboots, and this is a real life scenario that Scalefusion tackles seamlessly. Uh, you can pause when you need, of course, during critical operations, like I mentioned. You do not want the updates to go through. You can simply pause them on your terms. You schedule the reboots when you decide, you notify the users when you would like to, and you control the restart behavior to maintain productivity at all times. Patching is at ease. You schedule and maintain patches to enhance the security posture of your Windows devices. Like they say, seeing is believing. So we'll go ahead and look at the dashboard real time, how it is configured on Scalefusion, how they look on devices. So what we'll do is we'll pick a few devices, we'll pick a few updates, and we'll showcase them real time. So bear with me while I share my screen. We are on the dashboard. I'm sure this is a familiar sight if you are a Scalefusion user already. If not, well, the dashboard is simple. It barely takes a few hours, to be very honest, to adapt to this beautiful, intuitive, and simple dashboard that we've designed. What you see here is the Scalefusion deep dive, the inventory snapshot where we showcase the inventory in a snippet, right? Now let's move to the all important section. There are several here, but I'll just quickly navigate to the update and patch management section. As you can see, we support the same functionality across inventories. Now, of course, this webinar is specifically for Windows, and Windows is what we want to showcase. But if you see, we support this for Android, we support this for Linux, we support this for rugged devices like Zebra. We also do the same for Mac OS. Now let's look at the configuration for Windows. As you can see, I have already configured updates. You get an overview, you get a card that exactly shows you what are the pending updates, the updates that are pending reboot on the devices, how many updates have already been installed, the updates that are available, and how many failed and for what reason. Now, let me edit the configuration that has already been created. We believe in a simple and intuitive UI, like I mentioned earlier. So everything is on the click of a button on simple toggles. If you see, the first toggle is where you enable it, and I have it enabled. You simply disable it, it gets turned off. It's as easy as that. Now, of course, you would need to configure a sync interval. We give you two intervals to sync from. If you want to be aggressive, you can set it to 12 hours, or the standard behavior is every 24 hours, we sync back the info from the devices onto the dashboard. If you wish to also sync drivers, you could do that, or you can simply skip those. We recommend keeping them on, so we have the toggle on by default. You can also schedule a reboot for devices. Like I mentioned earlier, you can force a reboot after 5 minutes once the update has been accepted on the system, or you can force a reboot after 10 minutes, or you can simply have the user decide. It will always prompt for an update, and the user decides that it is now time to reboot the devices and force the update on the device. You can also configure a message. I haven't done so yet, but you can also configure a message which will show up when the device is about to be rebooted. You can also deploy upon approval. By this, what we mean is it's the user's prerogative. The update goes and sits, and the user then chooses to deploy the approval. And then similarly, you can deploy on a following schedule. Again, this is the default option that we provide. You can pick a time, a date, and a week. Now the default behavior here is 8. You can customize it as per your work schedule. You can customize it to be daily, or you can pick a day where you want it to be customized specifically, and a week. When do you want to do it? You want to do it every second week, every week of the month, every third week, every fourth week, depending on how your productivity schedule is set. You can configure the OS update and management. Now, I have a few examples to show here. What you see here are the name of the Windows devices that I currently have enrolled in my account. And let me pick one device. Let's pick this one for example. The I here indicates view details. If you see, it shows the title of the update that was available. What was the update type? It was a software or a driver for that matter. What's the status? It is installed. It is pending installed. What is the classification? What is the hotfix ID? When was it published at? Was it unsupported? In this case, you see it wasn't unsupported. A few were, but few weren't. So we give you granular details. And of course, you can always filter it out by the status. You can filter it by updates. You can filter it by pending, approved, sent for installation, pending reboot. Now, this is the devices view. We also offer the similar view for from an update perspective. Now, let's say this is the update, an update for Windows Defender antivirus, the version number. You simply go and view. You will know that this is pending. Now, you know this is pending. Of course, you need to take some action, right? What do you want to do? You simply pick the update and you simply push the update. You can either sync it, you can hide, you can unhide. But as an IT admin, you want to push it, you simply go ahead and push the update like I just did. It's as simple as that. Similarly, you can also go to the devices. Let's say I pick Ajay's device for that matter. I can simply pick an action. I can say update the selected devices now. Go ahead, reboot the selected devices or device, and sync the updates. So we give you options at both levels. We give you option at the device level. We also give you an option at the update level. Now, this is all about OS updates. Now, let me also show you a section for patch updates for applications. Having the OS updated at all times is imperative. It's a security feature that is a must-have, of course. Having said that, applications are also critical functions. You would want the applications to also to be updated, especially the browser. The most used application is perhaps the browser on a device. Now, if I go to the apps view, you will see the Google Chrome is available for update, right? And you would want the browser to always be free of vulnerabilities. You would also want the updates to always go on the browser on real time. Users may not always do it. As we have seen, they would always prefer not to restart the browser, and they would keep deferring the updates for days and days. And you, as an IT admin, you don't have control over it. So if you see, there is an update available for Chrome. I simply pick this, and again, I simply go to actions and I simply push the update. The moment I do this, every device will have their Chrome browser updated. It's as simple as that, right? Again, we give you several options to choose from. What kind of an update it is? Should it go on all devices? The installation status, everything. We also give you the devices view. Similarly, even in the OS update section, one very important bit, right? Now, as an IT admin, you would always want the critical updates to be there on the device. So here you go. You simply list out the critical updates. As you can see, all critical updates have always been installed. The ones that are available and pending installation, you simply go here, you pick the device, and you say push the selected critical update. Yep, this was an overview of the dashboard. Now let's go back to the presentation. Now, patch made simple. Scalefusion believes in simplicity, and security is effortless with Scalefusion. Of course, all these terms, patching, updating, repositories, and scheduling and workflows may sound technical and may sound complicated, and they actually are with other solutions, but that's not the case with Scale Fusion. As showcased, it's just a matter of one click when it comes to Scale Fusion. So you can leverage patching to keep your device protected at all times. It's simplified. Of course, it helps a ton with compliance efforts, which we will see in the upcoming slides. You can configure patch updates, anticipate threats, prevent them before they even happen, protect data with minimum efforts and losses. Moving on to the next slide. Yes, app updates also done right. Schedule, get status by devices, configure a sync interval, decide on how and when the app updates will go on the devices, take charge of your devices with bulk app updates, get detailed reports. Now, like I mentioned, and as you have seen on the dashboard, every action is available in the form of a report. You can either schedule the reports to go to your emails, or you can schedule reports directly within the dashboard, or you can also download the reports at will from the dashboard. One click and you can download it in the form of a CSV or an Excel sheet. Moving on, updates for every scenario. You have the feature packs, which entables you right to do the latest functionality without having to waiting for major releases. Security updates addresses vulnerabilities to keep your data safe. Critical updates, as we just saw on the dashboard. Update rollout, you can plan and schedule the rollouts. Let's say you schedule to deploy 20 set of critical updates today. The less critical, the medium ones, you can schedule to update them tomorrow. So you can have scheduled updates based on your productivity hours. You can also have driver updates, as we have just seen. And why is all of this important, right? Envision what's possible for your organization. Every organization is now compliant and they need to follow some regulations or the other, right? Some statutorily regulation, compliance requirements, audit requirements, so whether you are SOC 2, ISO, HIPAA, GDPR, right? All these compliances require you to adhere to their compliance standards, which is why this solution makes it that much easy, and it is quite honestly indispensable in today's world. Enterprise wide compliance enforcement, managing distributed workforces, and mitigating security risks. Simplifying operations for SMBs. You can uh, categorize, you can update, you can learn how the IT team handles diverse Windows endpoints. Now, of course, the patching and the app update is a tiny bit of the offering that we offer along the gamut of solutions within the realm of Scale Fusion. Minimizing downtime in mission critical operations, right? Schedule update during maintenance windows, and be carefree of the productivity not being hampered due to untimely reboots or untimely restarts of the systems. Streamlining IT management for global enterprises, manage Windows updates for globally distributed devices. As you know, the workforce is now scattered all over, especially after the pandemic era. You have a lot of employees using their own devices as well, which you don't have any control. So you can employ our BYOD policies, and of course, ensuring moving on. Yes. Yep. So this was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. You've got some learning about Scale Fusion and its offering. I'm Sumit signing off. Until next time. Thank you.
With this, we conclude today's webinar. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope this session was insightful and informative for you, and you also enjoyed as much as we did. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at sales@scalefusion.com, and we are here to help. If you want to learn more about Scalefusion, you can visit our website on www.scalefusion.com. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial, and you can also book a demo with us to get a detailed demonstration of our product with our product experts. We hope to see you again in our next webinars. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye.